Well, this was a migrant boat that had left the shores of France between the ports of Calais and Dunkirk today when it capsized some way offshore, tossing those on board into the water. There was a full-scale search and rescue operation which continues tonight. Now, so far there have been mixed reports on the number of people who have lost their lives. Initial reports from French authorities suggested 5 people had died and more than 20 others had been rescued from the water. Since then, there have been 2 other reports putting the death toll much higher. The latest, in fact, attributing the mayor of Calais, Natasha Bouchard, saying that 27 migrants have drowned in this tragedy. Now, if true, that is an extraordinary loss of life. And of course, we have heard from the Home Secretary Priti Patel, her counterparts on the French side of the Channel, for some time, warning about the potential for a very significant tragedy in the English Channel, warning people not to make that perilous journey. There have been losses of lives in recent weeks. In fact, about 8 people have died in separate incidents, mainly on the French side of the Channel. But this today, if confirmed, that we are talking about more than 20, perhaps pushing on 30 people who have died in the English Channel. It is just horrific. It's unlikely that it will do anything, though, to temper the operation of the people smugglers who have thus far really had a very successful operation in terms of knowing that they push boats out into the English Channel, that they are effectively intercepted by UK authorities when they cross that line into British waters, and then they're brought to UK ports for processing and enter the asylum system. 25,000, more than 25,000 so far this year. That is 3 times the number who crossed in the whole of last year, which again was 3 times the previous year. You can see the trajectory that we're in here. It is of great concern to the UK government. The French government say they take it very seriously as well, although the British government have been rather critical about whether they have been doing all they can to actually stop the boats pushing off from those French beaches in the first place. Well, tonight they are faced with a very significant tragedy in their waters, and there will be questions asked of the French authorities and whether enough was done on that side of the Channel. Here on this side of the Channel, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson is hosting he's chairing an emergency meeting of the Crisis Cabinet Cobra to determine exactly what happened. This is not just a French maritime rescue operation. The British are involved. There are maritime assets from the UK in the form of helicopters and rescue vessels from the UK that are involved in what is now a systematic search of that area for any other survivors. Although I have to say, Michelle, so long in the water in these horrific conditions, it is unlikely that anyone will have survived this long.